Good morning. Hope your day is off to a terrific start and that watching 3+U this morning makes it a little bit brighter. We're going to begin the show with some hope, but also kind of a concerning number, I think, for all of the women out there who might be looking to begin a family and they're having a difficult time. As it turns out, 1 in 8, maybe as many as 1 in 6 women have a difficult time with fertility. Catherine Needham wants to speak to those women this morning.
Yes.
She is with Cycle Balance, and she's the one here to offer some hope. So good to see you.
Thank you for having me back.
Maybe I kind of misspoke because I made it a woman's issue. I guess if there's an infertility problem, it could be either the husband or the wife,
That's
right?
true. There's about an equal percent chance that it's about a 30% chance it's from the female, 30% of the time it's a male contribution, and then the remaining is either a combination of the two or something completely unexplained.
So you were here about, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago, something like that. You practice functional medicine.
Yes.
So what that means is you are looking really at the totality of
Yes.
the situation, not hyper-focusing on one area.
That's right. That's right. There's so much about a fertility picture that comes from vastly different areas of our body and our total health. Fertility is just my focus for, and cycle health, because there's so much about metabolism, inflammation, and our overall health that goes into a fertility picture, because essentially a healthy body is a fertile body, and if we're not having normal cycles, then there's something underlying that needs to be addressed, and that's where I come in to support the couple and see where we can support that underlying issue.
Okay, I hope it's okay that I go into these waters because you've done it before. You were a mom who struggled with your own journey.
Yes.
So the empathy factor is very much there.
Yes, and I still feel it. I feel the weight of infertility, and I kind of hope I always do, because I never lose sight of what it feels like to be that 1 in 8 or 1 in 6. And I still feel the weight of what it feels like to be yearning for something every single moment of every single day, even though it may not be on the mind of anyone around you. You're carrying it all the time. And it has a large measure of grief associated with it, because you're grieving the loss of what you thought your life would look like when you built everything in your life in the right way, what you view as the right order, and then you struggle to have that kind of final piece, that perfect little baby to round out your family. And even though I have children now, I still feel that way, and so I relate to each couple that I work with. And in some way, I hope that when I speak to them, they can tell that in a way I'm almost speaking to myself, and with more grace than I spoke to myself when I was going through infertility. They can hear that I understand personally.
Yeah, okay, so you use the catchphrase, and I'll be careful how, neither one of us will want to disparage anybody.
Right.
But what you want is that connection to be the fighter for them, to try to be thinking about, could it be this, could it be that? You want to stop at nothing.
Absolutely.
To help get the results.
Yes. And I hope that more than anything, beyond when we work together, they feel empowered, like they can advocate for themselves, and they know their body better than anybody else, so that when they do go to a physician's office, they know, they have all their data points and they know exactly what is going on with their own body, and more than anybody else. And I want them to know that even when we finish our appointment, I'm probably still researching and reading and prepping for our next appointment. I look in on all my clients' cycle charts in between our appointments to make sure that everything's looking good and help give guidance.
So you do virtual appointments only. That's probably very helpful, because A, that means people can access you without taking time off from work. Is that right?
Yes, and I do nights and weekends, so that if both partners want to be included in the appointment, they typically have better availability nights and weekends, and it just allows for a lot more flexibility, and they can meet with me whenever works for their schedules.
Right. So as we talk today, we only have a couple of minutes, but I want people to obviously see how they can reach out and get in touch with you. But should we begin to be in more of a proactive stance as opposed to a reactive stance? Are there some things that we should know to do now?
I would love to see our culture, our medical society, be more proactive with infertility and a woman or couple's desire to have a family. Right now, the standard of care is that once you discontinue whatever form of birth control, you try to conceive for a year if you're under 35, or 6 months if you're over 35. And if you don't by that point, then you're kind of triaged and worked up for different infertility situations, or maybe even sent to a fertility specialist. And certainly, some cases that's necessary. However, once you get the go-ahead and you want to try to have a family, if there's something you could do now, why wait a whole year of trying?
Right.
And ride those ups and downs when there are things that we could look at now to optimize your health, so that each cycle you optimize your chances of conception.
If you are, 1 minute left, but if you are watching and you're in your 20s, maybe you're newly married, but you don't want to have kids for a couple of years, meet with you and begin to kind of know what to do?
Yes, and so what I would help you do is learn more about your body and what a healthy total person looks like, but certainly a healthy menstrual cycle, so that you can optimize your chances once you're ready. Kind of think of it as like housekeeping, preparing yourself, because you don't want to say, all right, I'm ready to have a baby, and then
not be prepared.
Not have your body completely ready and healthy. And a lot of it's just diet management, as far as like a Mediterranean type diet, maybe some supplements, but a lot of it is just getting in tune with what you're looking for example, like a fertile window, to know what that is, what that looks like, to optimize your chances.
And having somebody really hear you, I think means a lot.
Yes, and who's been there and who can real-time guidance with you through the cycle charting.
So here's where you find her. It's called Cycle Balance. The appointments are virtual. Follow her on Instagram, KatherineNeedham.com. You can also email her, Katherine@KatherineNeedham.com, and she will quickly respond. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
The adventurous RAV4. It's ready to go anywhere, anytime.
This is the best-selling